Throughout his administration, Don Morris worked for the good of Abilene Christian College. While it is a massive cause with needs and challenges in its own right, it too was people, individuals, young men and women, representing countless thousands of homes from across the nation. And to Don Morris, each one was important. Many students he knew by first name, and in later years reminisced with them about their parents when they were students. When Don Morris became president in 1940, the campus had changed little since its original development in 1929. With material and men off to war in the 40s, little change could come until the addition of Foster Science Building in 1946. Walling Lecture Hall, as well as east and west wings, were added in 1968. Mackenzie Hall for Women was built in 1947. At the same time, a virtual flood of returning veterans was housed in temporary barracks. It was not until 1953 when Mabee Hall for Men could be completed following a substantial gift from the J.E. and L.E. Mabee Foundation. Housing for men continued to be a pressing problem, and in 1955, Edwards Hall for Men was completed. The same year also saw the completion of a new dormitory for women, Nelson Hall. 1955 marked the opening of Catchings Cafeteria, which has since been most successfully remodeled into the Leonard Burford Music Center. Don Morris, along with thousands of others, watched the physical growth of Abilene Christian College in the mid-50s. The Bible building was also completed in 1955, and this extension to the administration building provided much-needed classroom and office space. It was only a 5-year wait until its counterpart on the south portion of the building could be completed as the Citizenship Center. President Morris's contacts with Mr. and Mrs. F.E. Gardner resulted in the construction of Gardner Hall for Women in 1961. The decade of the 60s began with challenges. Students. Enrollment continued to climb, and despite past construction efforts, facilities still seemed to be inadequate. Therefore, times like these demand bold action. President Morris and his fellow administrators began to formulate a plan, a bold plan, the Design for Development. It demanded local and national leadership, as well as the dedicated participation of everyone. On a spring morning in 1966, President Morris spoke to students at Chapel and outlined things they could do in the Design for Development.
Here are 3 suggestions: that you understand the Design for Development, find out more about it, that you believe in Abilene Christian College, that you work with the appointed men in giving information and in selling the college. The 4th suggestion that I should like to make to you is to accomplish this task, that you as students of the college help by being loyal to Abilene Christian College. Be loyal to the Abilene Christian College by the way you study. Be loyal to the college by the way you live on this campus. Be loyal to the college by the way you represent her on the playing fields or in contests. Be loyal to the college in the way you live throughout life, as long as you live. The Design for Development is planned to take up 10 to 12 years in its accomplishment. I can say that if you are worthy sons and daughters of the college for the next 10 years, there is no question that the Design for Development will succeed.
Being the optimist he was, President Morris firmly believed it could be accomplished, and it was accomplished. As he has so often said, our many, many good friends helped us to build these buildings, like the McLaughlin Campus Center in 1968. Names on these buildings imply pace-setting gifts that helped to make possible the 4,600-seat Moody Coliseum and Gibson Health and Physical Education Center in 1968. The Margaret and Herman Brown Library was actually a Phase 2 project, but the Brown Foundation helped to meet one of the college's needs, and it was completed in 1970. As Chancellor, Don Morris had offices in the Mabee Library building adjoining the Brown Library. On the same day that he was named Chancellor, he spoke to his colleagues, his faculty and staff, at the May 1969 recognition dinner. He said, "The best days for Abilene Christian College are ahead." And for himself, he quoted from Robert Frost with emotion. "The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep." In the fall of 1973, with his snowy white hair glistening in the stage lights, Chancellor Morris addressed the students at chapel for the last time. True to his life, he spoke on the how and why of Abilene Christian College.
Minutes of the Board of Trustees and other early records, which I have recently read, literally cry out that the students, the teachers, and the trustees of those first years were men and women of great faith and great determination and great hope. And I say to you this morning, frankly and truly, that the more than 45,000 students who have matriculated in Abilene Christian College since that time, the faculty who have served here during the 67 years, and the men who have been on the board, and I want to say that the 3,365 students enrolled now, the 195 on the faculty, and the 40 on the Board of Trustees, that all of this great host of the past and you of the present have been and are like the originals. You are people of great faith and determination and hope. Ladies and gentlemen, this is no ordinary college that you and I have the privilege of being a part of.
Indeed, Abilene Christian College is no ordinary college. Its aims, its goals, its purposes are all truly unique in today's world. From 1940 until 1969, President Morris saw that it maintained its allegiance to Christ, to truth, and to its founding purposes. At the same time, he formulated long-range plans that will see continued growth for the college. Personnel, too, have been trained under his leadership, such as President John C. Stevens, his successor, who will continue the purposes of the past. Therefore, it is altogether fitting and proper that the Don H. Morris Center for the Communicating Arts be built and named in honor of the man who literally gave his life to Abilene Christian College. This proposed memorial building, to be the permanent home for the academic departments of communication and art, is to be located on this campus site. It will be on the northwest corner of the open campus mall, immediately north of Brown Library and east of Mabee Hall. First and foremost, Don Morris was himself a communicator, a debater, an orator, a spokesman for Abilene Christian College. He knew people, and he knew how to reach them. He knew and practiced how to be a living example for others, the most basic form of communication. The Don H. Morris Center for the Communicating Arts will include 70,000 square feet of floor space on 3 levels. As proposed, the north portion will be for art, with special classrooms for sculpture, ceramics, painting, drawing, design, commercial art, and more. The central portion will be for communication, with TV studio labs, campus radio station facilities, a recording studio, journalism facilities, publications offices, to mention only a few. The south end of the building will be a magnificent 750-seat auditorium, which can be divided by folding partitions into 3 large classrooms. Don Morris lived and worked in the here and now, but he worked in and for the future. Won't you join with him in his promise to future generations, as well as to him, and to her, and to them?